Hi guys, and welcome back to Minor League Esports here on Twitch, presented by APM Music. I'm your host Granticus, and joining me today in the booth is Warrat. Warrat, how you doing?
Hello everybody, I'm back once more. You can see my beautiful face. Take pictures that last longer. I know, I'm not that good looking, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. Tonight we have my favorite league, because I'm not biased or anything, you know, even though I'm in Academy League. It doesn't matter. We have Academy League 3s coming at you. It's the Outlaws taking on the Bulls, and both sides are going to throw their best foot forward. Outlaws are throwing out Ricochet, Tangent Planes, and Gem. And the Bulls are pulling out Romeo, TV on Fire, and Mr. Mayhem. Granted, I think both teams are very solid. What do you think? Give me your prediction.
Prediction? Wow, we were going straight for it.
Yeah, straight into the hot seat, buddy. You don't get no time to breathe.
I like you said, both these teams are very good, but all solid players. If you don't know any of these names, you might need to do your scrims. I don't know. I might get fired for that. I don't know.
What if they're in PL and can't play with these guys?
That's a different story. I'm kidding. Nah, but all these are solid players that you can see. And so I'm gonna predict a close game. Probably, I would say 3-2. I think the Bulls might take it, but it's gonna be a close series.
You know, I made a 3-2 prediction last series, and boy, G. Willikers is I wrong. But I'm going to take 3-2 again. Give me the Outlaws. They're going to run away with this one. No, well, not run away with 3-2. But anyway, all these teams are locked and loaded, ready to take their foot forward, hopefully giving themselves a good position coming forth to the playoffs, because that is coming up very quick, granted, because the playoffs are arriving upon us.
And it's just around the corner. And here we're getting the players onto the pitch to start the first game of the series and see if our predictions are right or if the players are going to prove us both wrong. We're getting ready to find out. Here as the countdown is getting ready to take place, getting us started in game one between the Outlaws versus the Bulls here in Academy League.
Oh yeah, one of these players I want to talk about here is two of these players I actually want to talk about are Ricochet and TV on Fire. They've been very solid, and I played a lot of scrims with these two. They both have shown excellent capabilities in both scoring and saving the ball. So it's going to be a great matchup between both these two players and both these teams especially. And we're going to start seeing both these teams just probably playing a little ping pong game, you know, hitting the ball to one side and then you hit it and I'll hit it, and we'll see which team gives out first. You know, the Bulls are starting their counterattack, and that's a shot coming through by Romeo, and Gem gets a nice save on that one. I guess you can call that a gem of a save. We're not going to start with those puns early here. And Bulls are going to take another shot. Ricochet gets a save, and here comes the counter. TV is going to follow up with it. Another save. Ricochet has to save them all. He's just back there. And here goes Mayhem. Oh, taking it up in there. Plenty of boost to work with down here. Gets a 50. Can't find it, though. Ricochet wasn't there. Almost put in for the Bulls. And here come the Outlaws, ready to make their counterattack. And Romeo just going to stop that one. And granted, both these teams getting a good feeling out for each other. And there's a demo. And what do you think?
Very good players on either side, which is kind of why we're just starting to see that back and forth action. And the Bulls aren't really liking that back and forth, so they're trying to take a couple of the Outlaws out, give them that opening that they need to take the lead here in game one. But right now both teams are like you said, they're going back and forth. It's like a game of ping pong or tennis. Just no one really getting a good opportunity, and even if they do, the other team is in the perfect spot to get the clear.
Oh yeah. Now the Outlaws, they're on the attack here. Gem's gonna try and make something happen, but the ball's just gonna go out to the midfield. Ricochet, great job of keeping it in. He's just gonna get demoed off of it. Maybe a little consequence of hitting that ball back to the Bulls side. The Bulls, they're known for going to demos. I play with them a lot because I'm in a Academy League, and they're a team that will annoy you when it comes to demos. You feel like, you know, you're just on the wrong side of a losing battle. And Gem, as I say that, he does find the top of the net, and he's gonna put the Outlaws up 1-0. You can call it a gem of a shot, can't you, Grant?
puns. That was a good shot coming in from Jim. Great placement up in the top right. They can't even leave out Ricochet. Ricochet got that nice double tap off the side of the back wall and able to put it right in front of the net, and Jim was able to get there just in time to get that shot, giving the Outlaws that lead. Here as we just passed the halfway point, and the Bulls respond. Mr. Mayhem causing that mayhem and able to just to take it by. Looked like they tried to get the flip, got a little bit of a bump, and they were just to let it roll into the net. Now we're tied up.
I guess you could say they have no coverage to cover mayhem like him. He's coming in hot, just making chaos happen, tying the game up for the Bulls. And here go the Bulls once more on that counterattack. It's not going to work out for him. Back to the midfield. Romeo does his best to put that to the sidewall. Ricochet still with that fight down there. TV on fire is going to take a shot down. Can't find it. Back up to Romeo. No one's there. Man, also going to put a shot on target and gets it. The Bulls are up 2-1.
Really great shot coming in indeed. Look at that, Miss Mayhem just got that nice little 50 and it just popped over into the top right section of the goal, giving the Bulls now the first lead of the series. And great start, but it's only the first game, so still looking forward to see what both these teams have to bring back, especially the Outlaws wanting to come back to get that chance to have another opportunity to take the lead, but the Bulls may not allow them to do that. But Ricochet had other thoughts, able to send it to the corner. And now TV on fire looking to get it again. Mr. Mayhem and TV both had a little bit of a double commit. Gonna put him in a weird spot, but Mayhem able to be in the perfect spot, get the touch, but Tangent Plains banger of a clearance to the corner. Still a little bit dangerous, but nobody from the Outlaws in the right position to take advantage of it. Now Jim able to put it into the corner, but Mayhem not having any of it, tries to send it out. Able to keep it towards the wall. Tangent able to get a 50, giving it to Jim. Jim a little bit of an awkward, kind of stalled themselves out up on with the ball. But Tangent doesn't really mind. Able to keep control of it, giving it back to Jim. Jim into the corner, putting it towards mid. I tried to go for a self-pass, wasn't able to do it. Romeo, nice little pop, give it to Mayhem. Mayhem off the backboard. Romeo with the shot, just high. And now Jim and the Outlaws able to get the clear, send it back down the pitch.
Oh yeah, this is a great showcasing here from both these teams. Still, the Outlaws are down by 1, but still, they are figuring out ways to, never mind, well, you know, we're not going to talk about that. Romeo with a great shot, putting the Bulls up by 2 there with a minute left. There's still plenty of time for the Outlaws to come back and tie the series up, possibly take the lead, but right now it looks unlikely. Still with a minute left, and the Bulls are just firing on the offensive right now. You know when they say a good defense is a better offense, the Bulls are proving that right now as the Bulls are striking again. TV on fire puts another one in there, possibly out of reach now for the Outlaws here in game 1.
Shot coming in from TV, able to put it just out of reach of all the Outlaws players. All of them kind of being stacked right on top of one another, just to the right of the net, which gave them that opportunity. Well, it's under a minute left. The Outlaws have to respond with 3 more goals. Tangent looking to do that, able to take it down, but Romeo able to get a nice charge onto the player. Romeo now able to keep control of the ball as well, which is good for the Bulls. They want to keep this lead. They don't want to give the Outlaws any chance, but Jim has other thoughts, able to clear it into the corner. Ricochet now with the shot opportunity, wasn't able to get the clear. TV might go for a little bit of a cheeky redirect, wasn't able to do it. Jim the perfect spot. Romeo and Jim able to get the clear. TV now in the off the wall onto the backboard, drops down, almost an own goal. Romeo has a chance, gets the ball to a Ricochet. Mayhem trying to put it back towards mid. Jim though able to get the clear, send it back down. TV able to put it back towards the corner. Jim sends it out. Ricochet able to get the touch, just gets sent over into the corner by the Bulls. As the 0 seconds left, the Bulls take game 1. And what a game coming in from the Outlaws and even the Bulls.
Yeah, when I mentioned before that the Bulls, they like to demo, they have proven me right this game. They have shown up with the bumps and demos throughout the entire time, and the Bulls really look like they're going to take maybe the rest of the games if the Outlaws can't figure something out. Only 2 shots coming from the Outlaws, and that's not what you want to see. You know, 10 shots for the Bulls and only 4 went in, but still, it's still a lot of shooting, a lot of pressure by the Bulls against the Outlaws defense, and they managed to save 4 of them, but still, it's just difficult if you're on the Outlaws team. This was a frustrating game one for them. I do believe they'll come out game two swinging.
Indeed, but like it just seemed like a lot of the time, at least that what I noticed, the Outlaws, like they had a couple of offensive like chances to try to put the ball into the back of the net. They were able to put one of those into there, but a lot of the times you found them kind of in an awkward situation where the Bulls were just able to keep that pressure building on the offensive and able just to work around the Outlaws, either catching them in an awkward spot or able just to, like you said, they were demoing it, and their physical play was insane, and it definitely was a factor in those goals, and the Bulls probably going to be looking to do the same here in game number 2.
Oh, definitely. They're going to be looking for that same style of play. If it's, like my good buddy Chaser said last game, if it's not broken, don't fix it. The Bulls are definitely going to come out swinging with the demos and bumps. The Outlaws need to be ready for that, or it's not going to be a fun time here in Neo Tokyo for them. Game number 2. 5 minutes remaining. Will the Bulls take game number 2 and give themselves a comfortable series lead, or will the Outlaws figure it out and tie it up? We're going to find out right now as the Outlaws are going to take that ball and put it down to the Bulls side of the field. Romeo does a great job and put in the mid, but Ricochet's there. Mayhem still going to put it back to the mid. Gem's there with the pass up to Ricochet. No, TV on fire with a nice 50 out. They're still fighting for control in that midfield. Who's going to give it up first? Tangent Plane's going to put it down to Gem. Gem going to take the shot, but great interference by the Bull squad. Read the play, broke it down, and they still are fighting at that midfield possession. Who is going to lose it first?
Forward, but Jim already had that beautiful shot opportunity, but just an insane save coming out from the Bulls. Now the Bulls on the offense were able to put it in. Jim didn't like it, so Jim decided to get a save for themselves as well. Jim with the ground pinch is able to put it into the net. What a shot coming out from Jim to start us off here in game number 2.
Jim just doing it himself. Maybe, I don't know, we can say that was a lightning start by the Outlaws. I guess Jem could have helped this team rejuvenate their confidence, from game 1. They might have been down, the mental might not have been there, but Jem probably got these boys together and said, hey, we're going to do our best this game too, and he's going to start off swinging like that. The Outlaws have taken the lead, but for how long? The Bulls, they know what they got to do. They know what they've done last game. They're coming out firing, and TV on Fire is going to put one in, tying the game up for the Bulls. Like I said, this Bulls squad is not one to mess with. They're going to score on you any which way, any second. You better be ready for it.
That speed and agility, able to take the ball from the wall into the corner and put it right into the front, and TV in the perfect spot to do so and to put it in there, making us tied. And it's just barely been over a minute. Ricochet looking to respond, isn't able to get the touch off the backboard. The Bulls now open that opportunity. Just barely misses the ball from Romeo. But TV able to get a nice little 50 with the top of the Dominus. Definitely a perk of the hitbox. Romeo now with a shot opportunity that's blocked by Ricochet. Now Tangent with ball control, taking it to the wall. Looks to pop it up. Is able to do so, putting it off the backboard. Drops down, Romeo is able to be there and able to get the response. TV just barely misses the touch. Mayhem able to get there and is able to clear it, giving the Bulls a little bit of a break, but now putting the Outlaws on the defensive. But as I say that, Jim with a banging of a clear all the way down the field. TV trying to get the 50, trying to get it out of their side of the pitch, isn't able to do so. Tangent now trying to get another 50, but Mayhem able to send it back into the corner. And Jim able to float it down. Shot opportunity, Romeo with the clear, Ricochet able to put it back. The Outlaws pressure starting to build up as compared to what we saw in that first game.
Oh yeah, they definitely are putting more pressure on that ball, but it's still, how much longer can they hold on to that pressure? And as I said, that the Bulls are coming back firing. Every time the Outlaws seem like they have a 1 foot forward, the Bulls are just putting them 2 steps back, and the ball's just being attacked right now. Mayhem coming out with a demo on Plains, and still, it's just not working out for the Outlaws. They gotta figure it out before the Bulls strike again, and it's a matter of time before an unfortunate own goal is going to happen. It looked like TV on Fire with a great touch, and Gem, unfortunately with the pinch, the ball just gonna bounce down, and Tangent Plains can't save it. Unfortunately, the Bulls start out up 2-1.
Unfortunate touch coming in from Tangent. It was a weird bounce off the corner, the upper 90 of the field. But for the Bulls, that works out in their favor. Outlaws now trying to come back, trying to respond to that. able to get a nice little clear tangent, looking to make up for that own goal. Might be able to do so. Fakes one, just barely misses. Ricochet just sends it wide. Jim, last one back. The Bulls starting to keep that pressure on. But Jim, though, able to get a nice little 50, but TV able to be there, send it back to the corner. Jim with a little bit of an awkward backflip, but it works out in the favor. TV now taking it to the corner, looking to get the clear, send it in front of their net, able to get it over 2 Outlaw players and past the third one. Has an open net to work with, looking just to pass it down, and is able to get the pass to Mr. Mayhem, and the Bulls extend their lead by 2.
Oh man, this is not looking good for the Outlaws. We can just make a little assumption here, you know, you go to a rodeo like a cowboy or an outlaw, ride a bull, and they can't seem to hang on, so they just get flown around, get kicked, and then their career's all is done if they get hit too hard enough. And that's what the Bulls are doing right now. They're at a rodeo, taking that outlaw and just swinging them around. There's no answer fighting for this Outlaws team right now, but they still got a lot of time to work with, though. The Outlaws trying to figure out a way to get out of their net. Bulls are still striking the hammer down right now, and here comes Mayhem. Gem, great touch to the wall there to get it out of harm's way. Ricochet's got to go for it, and Romeo gets up there with a nice 50, and Mayhem's going to leave that ball to TV to let him work it himself. Gets past one. Ricochet, great follow-up to clear that one away from the front of the net, and the Outlaws are ready to strike back, and TV on fire. Great save by him. Now with less than a minute, the Outlaws need to work, and they need to work quickly now if they want to get back in this ball game. But there's a perfect opportunity. Couldn't find it. Gem couldn't find it. Ricochet gonna try and follow up. No, nothing's there. 2 Bulls players get that ball out of there. Gem gets a good demo on TV on fire, but does that actually matter? It's still in the midfield. There's no pressure being put right now by the Outlaws, and Gem gonna put it down. Mayhem, great read to get it around tangent planes. Oh, Ricochet, great touch. Had to get that one away to keep the lead from extending. Here goes tangent planes now, trying to start this attack for the Outlaws, but it's not working. Mayhem puts it up to TV. TV gonna put it up. Romeo 2 can't get that one. Back to TV. TV gonna take a shot. Jim coming out and saving that on the back line there. Man, I'm gonna try and get a bouncer off the backboard. Does that, and both Bulls players commit. And right now, granted, the Bulls are taking game number 2, and they take a two-game series lead, looking in for that series dub.
Great plays coming out from the Bulls. And like, kind of going back to what you were saying, the Outlaws, like, they were definitely doing better on the offensive as compared to what we saw in the first game. But it's like, no matter what they were doing, they just couldn't beat that Bulls defense. It looks like what I'm looking at. I feel like if they want to try to like grow on that offensive pressure, they almost might want to take that like play from like demos being physical. It might be enough to kind of rattle the Bulls a little bit as compared to just doing what they're doing at the moment. It's working a little bit. Their defense was stronger during that, as well as their countering. Just sent it a little wide, but the Bulls that definitely had the control on the pitch as compared to the Outlaws.
Yeah, the Outlaws did do a little better defensively than the Bulls this time with 4 saves, and the Bulls did have 3. But the shooting, the shots, Bulls with 8 and the Outlaws with 4. That's still a 50% margin that you're getting outshot by. That's not good if you're on the Outlaws. You got to somehow contain that if you're going to try and get this reverse sweep started.
Yeah. Outlaws, they still have 3 games to go in the series, including this one now. But yeah, the Outlaws definitely looking to take a game for the series, and the Bulls all they need is this one to take the series at least. The Outlaws still don't want that to happen. They might try to go for the reverse sweep, starting to look for that broom. But we're getting ready to find out here in game number 3 between the Outlaws and the Bulls.
I think it might be a little too early for that broom. I mean, it's only game 3 here on Forbidden Temple, but don't count out the Outlaws just yet. Gem gonna go up for it, gets a touch down the plains. Great read by TV to get that one away and back on the outside of the field. TV gonna take a shot, can't find it, but Mayhem is gonna find it instead. Great job by the Bulls to keep that one contained on that back Outlaws line there. And it's just going in for the Bulls here. They're working, they're getting it done. Gem can't get the backflip in time, and he was just caught in traffic there. The Bulls take 1-0.
On the field, from TV, able to send it down and Mayhem able to be there. Just able to keep, they had that offensive pressure. It's what we've seen from them a lot during this whole series so far. They're able to keep that pressure on and not really giving the Outlaws much of a break. And they caught Jim in an awkward spot, and it worked out for them. They have another chance, but Jim able to get a nice little touch, sending it out just a little farther. Ricochet now looking to put it towards mid. Mayhem, though, able to get the read, sending over to Romeo. Tangent tries to get the 50. It wasn't able to do so. Jim, a nice little pass almost to TV. Ricochet, though, able to send it to the corner, giving it to Jim, but over to Mayhem. Mayhem with a shot. Ricochet, though, with the save, keeping the chances for the Outlaws alive right now. Tangent able to get one pop, is able to get it over two players, has a chance with an open net, isn't able to get control of the ball, but Jim able to be there to back up Tangent, and the Outlaws tie us up here in game 3.
And we see it again. Both teams have shown a great team play there to get the goal in, in the net. Both teams now trying to figure it out now. The Outlaws are definitely bringing something out to the table. It's a tie ball game, and both players are going to kill each other off the demo. Now it's a 2v2 for a little second, hot two, but TV is going to take a shot quickly. Tangent playing, gets that one away. Both players missing, leaves that for Mayhem. Mayhem tries to take the ball, but can't. Gets 50'd out. Off to the side now. Mayhem still working with it here. Up to Romeo. Romeo bounces it off the ceiling, and now all the Outlaws now are on the attack here. TV gonna go opposite. Oh, TV is gonna get a decent 50 out to Mayhem. Mayhem, who gets beat by Gem. Gem, low boost to work with. Now only has 12, but gets back now to 0. Can't figure it out. Ricochet goes up. Gets caught. Met up there by Romeo. And the pool still getting this ball back to the midfield, holding strong in that defense. TV on fire. Puts this to the other side, and Gem's gonna go the other way. But Romeo with a great touch to get that one to TV. Out to Mayhem almost. Mayhem still going for it. Can't find it. Outlaw players just swarming everywhere with this ball right now. Not letting the Bulls have an easy opportunity anymore here. This might be the tides of turning. There, Granigus, what do you think?
Coming from the Outlaws, Bulls, they're still able. We're starting to see them, like, they're getting that offensive pressure back off and on. Nice little flick coming out from TV, able to put it right in the middle, but nobody from the Bulls able to be there. Gets past 2 though as I say that, and now a little pop coming in from TV, able to give it to Romeo. Romeo just barely misses the ball. Ricochet has a chance. It's able to get the 50, and the read, since it just high, looks to go for the shot, but just barely misses. TV, able to get the clear down the pitch, giving it to Jim. Jim, a nice little pop, sending over one of the Bulls players just wide of the net, and Jim able to be there to put it into the corner. Might try to go for the follow-up, but gives it to Tangent. Romeo now able to get a nice boom. Might be going off the backboard, might try to get the double. Pinches it off the backboard instead and gets a nice little pop back up. Jim now with control with the Outlaws, sending it down the pitch, trying to give them some breathing room. But as I say that, Romeo able to get control, putting it back towards the middle. It's in a dangerous spot, and with that, TV comes in out of nowhere and is able to get the goal, putting the Bulls in the lead with just under 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Miscommunication by the Outlaws. And unfortunately for them, TV on fire in the right place at the right time, forcing that ball to get in the back of the net, and the Bulls are now up in this game 2-1, and they are looming even closer on getting that series dub. There's still a lot of time left for this Outlaws team to figure it out, but it's I don't know, the clock's still ticking. They're fighting the Bulls and they're fighting the clock. It's almost like nothing's working for them. Ricochet gonna try and make something happen if the midfield misses though. Tangent Plane's gonna try and take it down its own. Gets a flick! Oh, off the bar, down skis! We can give him that one. Tangent Plane's gonna tie the game up, and it's I don't know anymore. This is anyone's ball game.
A minute left. Tangent with an insane flick, able to put it off the crossbar and down. Had a little bit more of a bounce, but it still went into the net, and the Outlaws tie with the Bulls now in game number 3. Bulls looking to take the series lead and just take the win, at least for the series, but the Outlaws don't want to go down without a fight. Now TV able to get a nice little pinch, send it into the Outlaws corner. Jim though able to get the touch, keeping it in control. Romeo though with a nice 50, send it down, bounces straight down, but a nice save coming out from Ricochet. Ricochet able to get the touch. Tangent just gets beat a little bit. Romeo sends it high. Outlaws a little bit jittery at the moment, trying to get it out of their side of the pitch. Jim just barely misses a save. It looks like Jim may not have had enough boost to go up for that. And with that, the Bulls take the lead with just under a minute left. The Outlaws now on the edge of their seats.
Like I said earlier, before we started game one, TV on fire. No, he's one of the better players on the Bulls. Don't get me wrong, all the Bulls players are great, but TV on fire especially, he can take those shots and just put it to out of reach. Like when the quarterback throws the football and you're the cornerback, you just out of reach of the football trying to intercept that. It just doesn't work out. It goes in for the touchdown. TV on fire does exactly that. He's a shooter when it matters the most. Gets himself some boost, taking another shot there. Ricochet gets a good save. Got to clear it though. Still plenty of time on the clock for the Bulls. For the Outlaws to know the Bulls are just going to continue to score. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They're just going to score anyway. 16 seconds left. Down by 2. Granted kiss. Can the Outlaws come back?
They have a chance. They just got to control these kickoffs like that. And that's a great kickoff from Tangent. It's in the front, but Romeo may have just ended that chance for the Outlaws. Tangent able to get the save. Jim wasn't able to get the clear. It's in the corner. Ricochet now with control, trying to keep it up. Mayhem says otherwise, but Tangent, as I say that, is able to get it, but TV kills the ball. And the Bulls, I almost said the Outlaws, the Bulls take game 3, and they also take this series, but we still have 2 more games to play to see if the Outlaws can take one of them.
Oh yeah, there's still 2 more games left to play. Even though you lost the series, this is minor league esports. This is MLE. Everyone counts towards your playoff record. It just matters. If you can take the next 2 games off the Bulls, that's great. Even one game is still worth it. But if you're the Outlaws, you do not want to get swept here. And at the back 2 games, your confidence is shaken. The Bulls are firing on all cylinders. Their confidence up there. You got to take the bull by the horns and just let them have it. You can't win the series anymore, but you got to at least fight for the next 2 games. Speaking of fighting, it wasn't much of a fight in the shooting wise, because the Bulls shot 10 times to the Outlaws 2. That's a lot. And I said that last game too. The Bulls are just out-shooting the Outlaws by a huge margin, and the Bulls are just winning these games. Granted, Kiss, what do the Outlaws got to do to get that shooting percentage up?
Just kind of like looking back, like over the past 3 games, we've seen them. They've had those chances on the offensive to get those shots. They've been able to get a couple in there, but haven't really been able to get past the Bulls' defense as compared to the other way around. So kind of what I said a couple games ago, they might want to try to get a bit more physical, take a play out of the Bulls' playbook, like we saw in the first couple games. Like we saw the Bulls were able to get those physical plays, able to clear the field of the Outlaws, giving them an open net to work with, and even an open field to do what they want to do, as well as just keeping that offensive pressure going. The Outlaws could also use that. Just keep that pressure going. Don't give the Bulls a lot of space to work with, because once you do that, they will take full advantage of that. Here, game 4.
Game 4, and like you said, maybe they might need to take the playbook of the Bulls to figure something out here. And Outlaw's already trying to figure it out. Jem takes a shot that's off, and he's going to get himself a demo, and that's what we might need to look at here, the demos. The Outlaws need to start getting more physical if you want to take the next 2 games, because now the Bulls are on the offense, and we know what they are capable of. Romeo with a great pass out to the midfield. Mayhem goes it, gets a decent 50 touch, looking at bump Ricochet. Romeo can't find it. Ricochet still with the ball, out to the corner though. Gets a great 50, low boost to work with now. Oh, but he picks up that 100, still a fighting chance here for Ricochet. Think find anything. And the Bulls are back on this attack now as Romeo is going to put it off the backboard over Tangent Plains. No, Romeo. I think he should be credited with the save there. That was a great shot by Romeo. Ricochet coming out with a demo on TV. Gets past 1. But Romeo's waiting at midfield. The Bulls team is so patient, just waiting for your attack. If you mess up once, let go of the ball one time, they're going to punish you for it. TV on fire brings the Bulls up by 1 now, this early. And the Bulls are looming in on that fourth win, even though I say that too early. But still, it feels like the clock ticks down way faster than it should be.
kind of like right there. TV definitely had it. He got a nice little flip and was able to pop it just over, basically almost over all of the Outlaws players. One of them was just back, but wasn't able to get back in time for the save. Now Ricochet in the corner, trying to keep control of it. Wasn't able to get the touch, but Tangent though was able to do so. Tangent with a nice clear down the field, but Mr. Mayhem able to be in the perfect spot, able to get the 50 as well. And it looks like the Outlaws overcommitted a little bit, and it might get punished for it. And they do. Romeo able to send it in. It bounces off the post and rolls in. The Outlaws right there, they just had a bit of an overcommit, and Ricochet just barely missed the touch to send it into the corner, and the Bulls capitalize on that mistake and increase their lead to 2.
Romeo with a great shot. It looked like it might have been out, but unfortunately for the Outlaws, that fourth defender doesn't come to play for them tonight. TV on Fire gets a great touch, but it's out to the mid. Ricochet gonna try and do anything with it here. Down by 2, still gotta work, still plenty of time left. Jem takes a shot. Mayhem gets a great save, keeping the Outlaws from the back of their net. They take it downfield. Ricochet, great touch to get past 2 defenders there, but Romeo still waiting patiently, getting that ball out of the midfield and into the Outlaw side of the field. Oh, here comes TV on Fire. Almost puts it in there, just slightly off, but it didn't matter. The Bulls are still up by 2. It would have been great to see that shot, but regardless, the Outlaws need to start shooting like that. They need to come out with these crazy creative plays, because it just feels like the Bulls are just killing them at midfield there.
It looks like able to get the nice little clip down the pitch. But now we got Ricochet trying to put it back towards the Bulls' net. But as I said, that Romeo able to get a nice little dunk. But Tangent able to get up in time to get control over the ball. Ricochet able to get the 50 cement to the opposing wall of the pitch. Looking to get a follow, fakes him in the process. Jim with a shot opportunity, sends it right at Romeo. And now TV on Fire, the one that we've all been like keeping our eye on during this whole entire series, trying to get control of the ball, but Mr. Mayhem able to get a nice little pitch, giving it to Romeo. Romeo just barely misses the ball. TV able to get a nice little touch down. Jin though able to be there and send it back down to the Bulls corner. Tangent now with a nice little 50. It's in the front of the net. It was dangerous, but a nice little block coming out from the Bulls. Mr. Mayhem with a nice bump to try to clear the way, and Romeo with the demo. Bulls starting to do what they do best and get those demo and physical plays, which can definitely help them out in the long run. As I say that, Jim trying to answer back. Not too happy, it looks like, about those demos, but right now, the Outlaws have under a minute left to score 2 goals, but they're starting to look a little bit better as compared to what we saw in the past couple of games.
Oh, definitely, but the Outlaws are still down by 2. Still looming to lose this game here. Mayhem gets a great save. The Outlaws are just now throwing shots on, seeing if anything can work against this defense here. There's an opportunity there. No one's coming home. Ricochet follows through with it. Can't find it. The fourth defender coming in handy for the Bulls there. It's still 2-0. 30 seconds remain. Anything needs to happen for the Outlaws, and it needs to happen now. Jem tries to pinch it out to the mid. TV on Fire puts it up high there, though. Mayhem gonna follow through with that, get to the Outlaw side of the field. This is not where you want to be if you're on the Outlaws here with 10 seconds to remain. You gotta do something and score fast to get a hopefully a kickoff goal, but it just doesn't look likely. The Bulls are gonna take game number 4.
It down the field, and well, the Bulls just proved our predictions wrong, so that was fun.
Yeah, no, I said 3-2. You know, my predictions are wrong. You know, I'm never predicting games again, Grant. I guess I am done. This day forward, I'm never predicting another series ever again. I'm tired of losing all my predictions. This is why I don't bet, Grant, because I will lose every time. The Bulls just looking fantastic. However, the Outlaws did outshoot the Bulls this game, but still, it didn't matter. The quality shots coming through for the Bulls. Outlaws Gem only 74 points, only taking 3 shots to his name. The Bulls have done a great job at getting one of their players out of each play and basically making this a 3-2 game, and it's really helping out for them. If the Outlaws don't find out a way, if the Outlaws don't come up with a plan, they're going to get swept here. The Bulls are just immaculate. Maybe you could say they're on fire. We could change TV's name to Bulls on Fire.
Even though, and like you said, the Outlaws, they outshot the Bulls that round only by 1 shot, but it was still enough. But even looking back, yeah, the Outlaws had more shots, but looking like the Outlaws had 0 saves combined as compared to the Bulls. I think about 6. So they were on that defensive. The Bull, like right now, the Bulls are looking really good. They're basically an all-around team. They're good on the offensive as well as the defensive. And even if they're stuck on the defense, they're able to find that clear to get that counterattack and able to build that pressure right back and make it backfire on the Outlaws. And now we're looking to see if they look to do the same here in game number 5.
Oh yeah, it's like still, every game counts. You win this one, it still helps. I mean, if you're just 1 game out of the playoffs shy, this is just 1 win can help you. It's nice to win a series, but taking any win after losing one is what counts the most after you lose a series. I mean, but the Bulls still finding ways to keep this ball on the Outlaws side of the field. Oh, Jem makes a great play to get around 1 Bull defender, keeping in the midfield down tangent planes there, but Mayhem is just there with it. Ricochet gets a touch off the sidewall there, and here comes the 50. It's still in favor of the Bulls. They're on the offensive zone there. Jem, almost a bump there on his own teammate. Great stop there. That could have been very bad for the Outlaws if that happened. Still, they're in the backfield playing defense now. Gotta save this one away. Both Bulls players committed. Maybe they have an opportunity to get down that field. No, not enough time as the Bulls are back on defense, ready to get this ball away and back on that offensive side there. TV on Fire misses up, but gets bumped into it instead. That's not what you want to see if you're on the Outlaws. You can't be bumping them into the ball if you want to score. That's not how this works, unless you're making them own goal with the pull shots, and that's perfectly fine. Here come the Outlaws now. Tangent Planes down with it, gonna take a shot. No one's home. The Bulls. Tangent Planes gives the Outlaws a lead, 1-0 here in Game 5.
Banger coming out from Tangent, able to get that power and a little bit of a hook. Romeo caught just out of position, just outside the post of the net, and able to capitalize on that, send it into the middle of the net and put it out of the reach of Romeo, giving the Outlaws the lead here in game number 5. Ricochet looking to take control, able to pop it towards mid. Jim up for the read, just sends it wide of the net. Ricochet looking to make sure it stays on the Bulls side, but Mayhem has other thoughts and able to get control, send it back down to the Outlaw side, looking to go for that ground pinch, wasn't able to do so. Romeo able to send it, but Ricochet able to get the read, able to get control, giving the 50. It's still on the Outlaw side. Tangent though looking to change that, gets a little bit of a touch, isn't able to get the follow-up, giving it to Ricochet. Ricochet a little over to Jim. Jim gets a nice little pop. It's in a dangerous spot though for the Outlaws. As I say that, Ricochet able to get a nice little bang, send it all the way down the field. Ricochet has a chance, able to send it over. Jim tries to go for the read, able to drop it down. Mayhem though just barely misses. TV on Fire, able to be in the perfect spot. Sends it just wide, and an own goal coming out from Romeo, and the Outlaws extend their lead.
That's unfortunate. You know, you hate to see it. He just couldn't push the brake too quickly, and unfortunate own goal. You know, the Bulls seem like they're kind of slowing down on the gas there. The Outlaws looking to take a game here, but the Outlaws, the Bulls still have plenty of time left on the clock to make some magic happen, and they're on their side of the field now. Ricochet is coming up with it. Mayhem gets a great touch, tries to get past one. TV on Fire gets a decent bump, but it wasn't enough. Gems is going to take it off the crossbar. Ricochet takes a shot. Ricochet is going to put the Outlaws up 3-0.
Play coming out from the Outlaws. Jim able to get that nice little touch, send it just outside the post. It bounces up just enough to be over Mayhem, and Ricochet in the perfect position to put it into that net, able to extend their lead to 3 now. And already the Outlaws are back on that offensive. They're starting to build that offensive pressure. It's what they've been kind of lacking during the whole series, but they still want to be able to take one of the games. Just under 2 minutes left now, and the Outlaws still looking strong for that offensive pressure. A little awkward though, and Romeo able to get control, give it to Mayhem. Mayhem now with a shot opportunity, and is able to pass it up to themselves and getting a nice little touch. Now closing the goal deficit to 2.
what a play by Mayhem to get that ball in the net. Just had to get past one defender and just does exactly that. Great double tap there. Not off the backboard, but it was off his car. It still counts, and the Bulls back within 2. They're still back within scoring distance, and Romeo gonna start the demo one off early. Ricochet doing everything he can to keep it out of the Outlaws side. It's just back. Mayhem takes a shot. Mayhem cannot be stopped. 2 goals brings the Bulls within 1.
Able to give it right over to Mayhem with a banger of a shot, 78 miles per hour. We're going to put it into the back of the net. Just about a minute and a half. The Bulls have already closed that deficit to 1. They have a chance. Now the Outlaws, want to change that, and Jim was able to do that. Now the goal deficit's back up to 2. Ricochet, a nice little 50 on kickoff. Both the Bulls players in a little bit of an awkward spot, and Jim was able to put it just out of reach. And now the Outlaws looking up now, once again here in Game 5.
The Bulls back down by 2. Still plenty of time. Great play coming out in Game 5 by the Outlaws. And this is what you kind of wanted to see in Games 1 through 4 from the Outlaws. The pressure, the offensive pushes, the plays, they're making it work now. But it's a little too late. Still not too late to take one game, but it's a little too late to take the series. But the Outlaws are still pushing it now. Even though it is Game 5, I do respect the pressure they're putting on here. Even though they can only take one game, I love it. I love this. It's MLE. This is what we came here to see. No matter how bad the series looks, you still push in to get any win you can. And the Outlaws are just doing that as of such right now. The Bulls now on their back heels, looking upward at the Outlaws in Game 5. And with less than a minute here, the Bulls still trying to find something, almost touched by Tangent Flames. Can't get that beautiful touch there off his post, and that one could go in. Ricochet is going to put the Outlaws up by 3 with 38 seconds left, and it looks like the Outlaws are going to take themselves a game. Granticus.
They have a great touch coming up from Ricochet, able to get that nice little pinch with the Bulls player, extending the lead like you said. Right now, that shot might be the one to, like, the nail in the coffin, as they say. But looking back to already what the Bulls did, the Outlaws were up by 3, and the Bulls almost brought it back. So even though I know the Outlaws had the lead, like I said, don't exclude the Bulls just yet, because we've seen this already in this very game. The Outlaws, they have that big lead, but the Bulls were able to turn it right back around. And the Bulls might be looking to do that here, but the Outlaws definitely do not want that to happen. So now we might be seeing some intense Rocket League here within the last 20 seconds of Game 5. Bulls wanting to take the lead and to take Game 5 as well, but the Outlaws want to take at least one game with them for the road. Right now, the Bulls TV in the corner gets 50 by Ricochet. Jim now, last one back. TV just barely misses. Jim able to get a nice little 50. That might be it for the Bulls. This opportunity on the offensive here in Game 5. And the Outlaws take a game with them for the road. The series score 4-1 with the Bulls taking it.
Oh, wow. The Outlaws shown up in Game 5. They have done what we expected them to do. I predicted them to win, 3-2. My prediction was obviously wrong, but this is the type of play I expect out of them. They've shown brilliance. They've shown, they can push the ball, they can compete with this Bulls team, and unfortunately it only got them one game. But still, it's not really unfortunately, because that one game can also propel you to a playoff spot regardless. So, congratulations to both teams. It felt like honestly, it felt like a closer series than what the score was laid out there. The Outlaws did play great towards the back half of the series, but the Bulls just had their number. It was a great series overall, and I think we're going to see some more great Rocket League this weekend. Or, Sunday.
Indeed, but that'll be it between the Outlaws and the Bulls, and we'll be back here in just a little bit for more minor league esports action here on MLE Esports.
Ciao.